Hi everybody. Today we're going to talk some more about gathering images for a small collage, and actually we're going to be doing a note from self. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back in my album where I'm keeping my gatherings for my small collages, my notes from self. And we started gathering pieces of paper, ephemera, stamps, images by color, focusing on the color. And if you'll remember, let's see, I can't really remember. I think I started with this background paper that I had made a copy of. It was a masterboard that I did. And then I looked for colors, images with colors that matched this particular piece of paper. And I followed through, continuing to look for it. Here I started with this red color that I focused on and looked for images that had that reddish color and also its complement, this green color. This side is mostly very, very neutral colors. And I felt they all went together really well. This, we used most of this, but the colors of blue and green and neutral were the focus in this one. This one, I love these turquoise colors in these drawers and in this stool. So I worked with those colors and added in some neutrals with just a touch of some reds and dark browns. Again, this one is neutrals and red with a touch of blue. This one is green, this really pretty green with its complement of red and touches of browns and neutrals. These two, this one I've worked with already, but I was looking at the pinks, creams, and yellows in this flower to begin gathering images for this collage. And today we're going to start on another way to gather images for your collages. And these images that I'm going to collect are going to be based on theme. Now, I think I told you in the last video that when I went away to the mountains in North Carolina, one morning I came out from the bedroom and was walking along the screened-in back porch, and through the laurel bushes I could see this black bear walking along, lumbering along at the same pace that I was moving. And when I got to a break in the laurel bushes, through the door in the back porch, screened-in back porch, there was a black bear walking along. So I saw that as a sign that I may be following bear energy right now. And maybe bears come into my life for a reason. And that is one thing I want to explore through a collage. In this particular group of pages that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be working with theme. So I'm going to title this. I went back and titled the color. So, ooh, don't you like that sound? Ooh. I have my paper my book kind of tilted up to cut down on the glare in from the lights overhead, and I'm hoping that's working. I think I need to put a little ledge here of some kind, but I want to put the word theme on my top of my page. So I'm going to look for some letters in my ransom note lettering boxes. So I only need one T, and I need an H. And this is how I keep my letters, in these little tiny tea containers, tea tins that I collected and my mother collected, and so did my sister, and they have passed them on to me. They have passed on themselves, but every time I get my ransom note letters out, I can think about them and having a cup of tea with them, and which we did often. And it's just a nice memory. And here's an E. And an M. I cut all of these out of magazines and newspapers and books. I need another E. Okay, theme. And that is going to be part of our focus for today's video. And specifically, the theme of bear. Now, here's a big picture of a bear. I picked this magazine up. It was free when I was in Highlands. And I'm looking for things that remind me not only of bear, but where did I see this bear? And I saw the bear up in Highlands on a trip with my girlfriends. And I'm looking through this and also thinking about other memories of the trip. But mostly, there's a little bear from the cover. So I have that one. This would be a beautiful background to use, or part of the background. have a lot of images to work with on my 5" by 5" piece of paper. But what else could I find that isn't part of my stash or isn't part of the magazines that I had gathered when we were in Highlands? I'm going to take out my stamp book and see if I can see any stamps that would work. And at this point, I'm kind of still looking at theme, but I'm also looking at color. And I'm also thinking about the fact that I was in a different state. I was in North Carolina. Okay, here's a bear stamp. So that's one way that I go about looking for themes for collages. And I'm not really sure. This theme of the collage is obviously bears, but I'm not really sure what direction I'll take with this. I'm taking a workshop right now where I'm working with my journey animal, and my journey animal turned out to be a bear, and I was kind of surprised. I thought it was crow, but in this particular workshop it turned out to be bear. So that's another reason that I was looking for this theme of bear to use in my daily collage. Let's do one more based on theme, and one of my favorite themes, and I've done lots of collages on this theme. What theme do you think that I would be most interested in right now? Let's see, it's August. I think a lot about my mermaids, and let's see if I have any small pieces. That's kind of big that I can use for my mermaids. Okay, so we have 2 pages of gatherings based upon themes, and I have a mess on my table. So let me clean this off and I'll be right back. Okay, I have my table cleaned up. I have my paper, my 5 by 5" piece of paper taped down to my background, and I used white artist tape to tape this down. You can use washi tape. You can use regular tape, masking tape. I like the white tape because it comes off easiest and doesn't often tear the paper underneath. Okay, so which one do I want to work with today? I think because the bear has been so important to me in the last week with seeing one in person and also having it connect to me as a spirit animal in a workshop that I'm taking, I think I'm going to work with the bear theme this week. So I really like this background. Suppose we start with this and see what happens. I really like this woman who could be standing in front of this scene. And what if this bear became part of her hat in some way? I think we are finished with this collage, except to trim it up and take the tape off. You know, it was really interesting as I was working on this. I found that I was really taking my time, and it felt as though I was really honoring the bear spirit and of the woman transforming with the bear energy. And you know, when I do collage work, the most important thing, well, maybe not the most important thing, but one of the most important things to me is making meaning of the artwork. And you know, the meaning that I have could be very, very much different from what you read into my collage. And it's all because of your experience and your beliefs and your wisdom and how you see things, how you really perceive things, which is probably different than me. We all have our own realities that we create. And, you know, there are some people who are deathly afraid of bears and, you know, probably would not ever have gone outside the house again if they had seen a bear on their property. You know, I welcomed the bear. I welcomed the privilege to see a bear in the wild. You know, we've kind of taken over so many of their habitats, and to see this bear lumbering along, totally disregarding the house that was right there in its path. And it was, you know, the area that we were in, at the end of the road where we were staying, there was actually a place where you could buy landscaping rock and mulch and all that kind of thing. And at times it was really loud over there. You know, I mean, during the day the trucks were going in and out, and it didn't seem to bother the bear, you know. And there was a pond behind the house that may actually have been his water source. And so he was very well aware of the fact that, you know, that was his home. You know, we were just visiting. Okay, here we are. My homage to the bear spirit of the bear, and bear energy, and I'll write more about that in my blog this month, maybe this week, hopefully. And we talked about a different way to gather your items together for making collages. Remember, the first one was gather things by color to pull your collage together, and this one is gathering things by theme. And then you intuitively gravitate towards other things that work within the theme. And that's either brought up intuitively or from a memory or, from just the color appealing to you, and that the color would work with the images that you had pulled. So here is Bear, Spirit of Bear. I love it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this in my book. And then, well, I'll put it in after I say goodbye to you all. So this is our collage for this Monday. And I hope that you enjoyed that. I just went through and gathered things from my boxes of fussy cut images, from my stamp book. If you have things in file, if you file things by animal or color or however you do your filing to keep your images, go through those files and pull everything that works with the theme. And also you'll pull some of your personal symbols and images. Like I include time or clocks in a lot of my collages. I include eggs. I think this one I was thinking about my words for this year, which were cracking open. And I think in this one I cracked open to allow the spirit of bear into my heart, into my being. And circles. I have a lot of circles and butterflies. This is actually a moth, and stamps. So this is it for today, and I will try and be back later in the week with another collage, not a note from self, but another larger collage. I'm missing my divas, and I think I have some interesting things that I've gathered together for my next diva collage. So I hope you're enjoying today or this evening, whichever the case may be. I'm going to go finish making my Sunday dinner, and I'm wishing you many, many blessings. Bye for now.